Welcome to another episode of the Healthy Self Podcast. I'm Jesse Grimm, and let's see what today's topics are going to be. I'm continuing kind of my series, I guess, on the book Permission to Feel by Mark Brackett. And this morning, I started reading about developing the ability to tell emotions apart. And so, for my notes here, I came up with some different columns. So let's see, we got 5 columns, and that'll help us develop a little matrix. So the first one is right over here is internal and then external. So I guess I was thinking where the pressure might come from with those. And then we have the theme, like the general theme, and the cause. General theme and the cause, and a hidden cause. So I was reading today, and sometimes we might have a feeling that has a hidden cause that we were not aware of. And the example that the book uses is that, let's say that a person is stressed out. They're feeling stress. They've got some kind of internal torment going on for like a college student. There's some sort of pressure. The example that the book made was that a person might actually be feeling that stress, some fear, anxiety, or something like that regarding their own performance, but it could be that they are envious of others, and that stress is actually due to envy. And that could be because they see others maybe getting an A without having to study quite as hard. Or maybe they get a good job because their parents have some nice connections. And so envy might be a hidden cause in that particular scenario. Let's see. Another analysis of stress says that there could be a sense of overwhelm, that you are feeling external pressure, too many tasks. And I thought this was interesting that it mentioned scheduling exercise and downtime. That's something that I have actually been really trying to take care of, is making sure that I go to the gym, and not tonight, but trying to make sure that I'm going to bed on time and drinking lots of water. So anyway, this is just the first time I've kind of used a matrix like this to understand the difference in some of the different emotions. So I'm kind of clumsy at it right now, but that's why I'm practicing. So from chapter 5, there was also because he brought up envy, he also brought up jealousy. And back in chapter 5, I think they went a little more in depth in it. But jealousy is a relationship-driven emotion. And jealousy arises from a fear that you will lose the attention of someone who's important to you. Envy, on the other hand, is coveting or desiring a thing that someone else possesses. But it doesn't have to be an actual item. It could be a relationship that somebody else has. You might envy their relationship. You might envy a person's attitude. You might envy a person's skill or talent, and you might envy a person's frame of mind. And that might eat at you a little bit. So jealousy is a fear of losing a person's attention. And the theme would be that you're feeling threatened. What's up, Brennan? I'm doing my podcast. Come in. How are you doing? Good. And then I think there's a chair out there if you want to bring it in.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So I'll just finish up this thought and then I can stop. So envy, where was I? Oh, jealousy is the fear of loss, that somebody's attention is going to go elsewhere. And so you might feel threatened, and that would be the theme. And envy is a desire, feeling the loss. No, that's not correct. Envy is coveting the thing that somebody else possesses, and it still has to do with some sort of desire. Anyway, I kind of got mixed up at the end right there. But I kind of want to skip through these last things, and I'm just going to kind of go through the bottom part. Labeling our emotions stops us from the mental torment of spiraling down into crying and tears. Because what it does is it locks onto that thing that kind of that we need. Like, we are able to put a word on the feeling that we have down inside of us. And what that ends up doing is gives us a say in our lives and a sense of control. If we don't have words to describe what's going on, then the book says that we lack authorship of our own lives. And I'm sure we would feel like we're getting pulled in multiple directions and that we have no control. So, in order to get better at labeling your emotions, you should learn a lot of definitions. And so, in the back of the book, lots of words. And I think that might be the next thing that I do, is to just make my podcast super boring, but to go through the definitions of what each one of these are. And then once you start learning them, you ask yourself, how am I feeling? And then see if you can use the thoughtful and precise words and improve your skill. And the whole next step is, we've gone through the R, the U, and the L of our inner experience. And the next thing is to stop remaining hidden and unknown to everybody and start learning how to express your emotions. Can you tell somebody when you're actually mad at them? Can you actually look someone in the eye and tell them that you are sad or afraid or whatever? And it looks like this is the scariest step. So I'll save that for a future episode. But anyway, that's why the book is called Permission to Feel. Are you going to work on getting free, or are you going to keep torturing yourself in silence? Can you give yourself the permission to actually feel your feelings? The inability to express emotions may lie at the heart of childhood trauma, and the inability to express emotions is like a continuous pain that just lingers on inside. So I guess tomorrow I'll go more into the rest of it, but that's a nice little 8-minute episode of my podcast. Yeah, so drink my water, go to bed pretty soon. Do you want to say anything? No? Okay. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
All right. So keep building your healthy self.